The scary part for the rest of NASCAR? Hendrick Motorsports might finally be figuring this thing out. Because while everybody's been talking about Kyle Larson's winless streak, while Alex Bowman's been battling health problems, and while Byron has quietly disappeared from the spotlight, Chase Elliott and Alan Gustafson may have already cracked the code on Chevrolet's new 2026 package. And if that's true, this season just changed completely. For 11 races, Hendrick Motorsports has looked strangely uneven. On paper, this is still the most talented four-car organization in NASCAR, but the results haven't matched the reputation. Larson, the defending Cup Series champion, still hasn't won a race. He's sitting 10th in points despite having elite speed almost every weekend. Byron has been solid, but nowhere near dominant. Alex Bowman has flashed toughness through vertigo issues, but consistency hasn't been there. And then there's Chase Elliott. Quietly, steadily, he's become the stabilizing force inside HMS Tother. 2 wins already this season, a career-best average finish. 5 top 5s in just 11 starts. And maybe most importantly, a car setup that actually survives long runs when everybody else starts falling apart. That's where Alan Gustafson comes in. After Elliott's win at Texas, Gustafson pulled back the curtain on what's really happening with Chevrolet's new body design, and his comments were revealing. He admitted the package has absolutely had problems, especially on shorter tracks where setup balance becomes unpredictable. Bristol exposed some of those weaknesses in a brutal way when Elliott got caught in multiple incidents and finished deep in the field, but Gustafson also made it clear that HMS is finally starting to understand how to unlock performance from this car, and the proof is showing up on the mile-and-a-half tracks. Vegas, Kansas, Texas. That's where the number 9 car suddenly started looking dangerous. Not because it's the fastest car for 5 laps, because it might be the smartest car over 50 laps. That's the difference here. Kyle Larson likes a race car that's loose, aggressive, and on the edge. He wants something he can throw sideways through the corner and attack with maximum speed immediately. It's high risk, high reward. Chase Elliott's setup is the complete opposite. Gustafson has built the number 9 around stability, front tire grip, and long-run survival. The car stays flatter through the corners, the nose stays planted, tire temperatures stay lower. And while Elliott may not dominate qualifying charts, his car comes alive late in runs when everybody else starts burning their stuff up. That's not accidental, that's engineering. And honestly, it may become the defining advantage of the entire HMS organization if Chevrolet keeps improving this body package. Look at Texas. Elliott started 14th. He didn't overwhelm the field early. But once tire wear became a factor, the number 9 separated itself from the chaos. He led 87 laps and pulled away exactly when it mattered most. Same thing at Martinsville. That wasn't raw speed winning the race. That was timing, tire management, strategy, and communication between driver and crew chief. That's why this pairing matters so much. Chase Elliott and Alan Gustafson are now entering their 11th season together. In modern NASCAR, that level of continuity is almost unheard of. Everybody else resets constantly. New crew chiefs, new engineers, new philosophies, but Elliott and Gustafson already know exactly how each other think, and that chemistry is becoming a weapon. Remember, Gustafson isn't just some solid crew chief. This guy worked with Jeff Gordon, Mark Martin, and Kyle Busch before Elliott ever arrived. He's guided championship-level talent for years. But what may be most impressive is how he developed Elliott mentally. Early in his career, Chase was known for being extremely hard on himself, too emotional after mistakes, too focused on what went wrong. Now, he races almost clinically. Everything is data-driven, calm, calculated. That maturity is showing up every single week. Meanwhile, HMS as a whole still feels unfinished, and that's what should worry the rest of the garage. Because Larson's speed is still there. 6-stage wins proves that. He's been fast enough to win multiple races already, but mistakes, mechanical issues, and bad luck keep crushing results. The wheel problem at Texas that sent him to 34th only added more frustration to a now 32-race winless drought. Byron's season is strange too. 6th in points sounds respectable, but leading just 34 laps all year tells you the dominance isn't there. And Bowman, honestly, his toughness deserves more attention. Battling vertigo while still delivering a 3rd-place finish at Texas says a lot about how badly this team wants to stay competitive. But right now, Chase Elliott is carrying the emotional momentum inside Hendrick Motorsports. And fans are starting to notice it. Some people believe HMS is underperforming compared to expectations. Others think this is actually the calm before a massive second-half surge. Because if Chevrolet finally solves the inconsistency problems with this new body, Hendrick suddenly becomes terrifying again, especially with Elliott already comfortable in the setup. That's the key point here. Most teams are still adapting. Elliott's team may already be ahead of the learning curve, and in NASCAR, that edge compounds fast. Now the big question becomes this: does Hendrick Motorsports fully commit to Elliott's long-run philosophy? Or do they keep chasing raw speed setups that look amazing early but fade late because there's risk either way? Best case scenario, Chevrolet continues refining the package, Larson eventually breaks through, and HMS turns into the deepest organization in NASCAR by playoff time. Elliott keeps stacking consistent finishes while the rest of the stable catches up. That's how championships are built. Worst case scenario, the setup advantages disappear on different track types. Larson's frustration grows, and Hendrick never fully solves the balance issue across all four cars. Then suddenly, this becomes a season of missed opportunities instead of dominance. And honestly, we may not know which direction this is heading for another month, but one thing feels very clear right now: Chase Elliott and Alan Gustafson have become the foundation holding this organization together. So here's the real question: is Chase Elliott officially the smartest driver-team combination in NASCAR right now, or is Kyle Larson still the bigger championship threat once the playoffs arrive? Drop your take in the comments, and if you're riding with NASCAR all season long, subscribe to Sports Wire USA for more breakdowns like this.